Well, it's been revealed Australians are suffering from more stress than ever before. A staggering 74% of us say we're fraught with worry at work, while financial pressures has 45% of us feeling anxious and 43% are stressed about family matters.
You know what? I feel all those percentages right there. But today is National Stress Down Day. And Karen Gatley joins us now in Melbourne with the 6 essential steps to letting those anxieties go. Karen, first up, why are so many of us stressed out?
Yeah, look, there's a lot of pressure on our time, on our attention. The life and world is moving at quite a pace, and so for many people, you know, it's a constant juggling act just to keep up.
You say when it comes to dealing with stress, the first step is actually recognising it. How do you know what constitutes being stressed?
Well, the most important thing you can do is actually observe how you're thinking, how you're feeling, and ultimately how you're behaving. You know, so if your thoughts are starting to become more pessimistic, if you're lacking focus, if you're really struggling just to do the things that typically you would manage to do each day, then chances are that you may well be stressed. So observe those things about yourself.
But how important is it how we think about this?
Yeah, we all do choose our thoughts. And the reality is we can choose to invest in thoughts that are positive, ones that, you know, energise our spirit. And we can also catch when we're investing time and energy on thoughts that are draining, that are causing us to feel stress. So absolutely, we can observe those thoughts and choose which of them we actually entertain and give energy to.
Many become stressed because they feel like they've lost control. Is that right? And if so, what do you do about that?
Yeah, well, the starting point is to recognise that not everything is in our control. That's the simple truth of life, that we don't necessarily control all of the events and circumstances and certainly the people around us. So it's about focusing on what we can control. And again, as I've already said, we can control our thoughts, our feelings and ultimately our behaviours. So, you know, it's about us choosing to do what we can and to let go of the things that at the end of the day there's nothing we can do about.
So how do I keep my stress in check on a day-to-day level?
Yeah, it's about actually making it a priority, again, tuning in, checking in to see how you're feeling. It's important that we're taking breaks, that we are, you know, stepping away from the desk, particularly at work, you know, never miss your lunch break or certainly take the time out. So, again, it's just about understanding what are the things that energise you. It might be about maintaining exercise or movement or spending time with colleagues, having a bit of a laugh. All of those things can de-stress and then ultimately try and leave work behind when you go home and have daily routines that help you to unwind.
Karen, just quickly, do you think stress, it's always been there, but perhaps, you know, previous generations just didn't have labels or tags, or it wasn't discussed? I mean, when you think back to, you know, our ancestors, I mean, they had some pretty extraordinary things to overcome.
Yeah, that's right. Look, I think there's certainly arguments in terms of the extent to which people are resilient. You know, I think absolutely, as you've said, we now have more labels for certain conditions. But again, it's certainly true in my experience that many people can benefit from, you know, understanding more about the power they have to influence their happiness and their sense of resilience. As you say, we've certainly endured lots of things, both in the past and now currently in terms of what life brings at us. But we do have the power to choose how we respond to it.
All right, Karen, great. Some great advice there. If you or someone you know is struggling to cope, you can call Lifeline on 13 11 14.